How's it going? Time for a bit of an aquaponic update. I know I've done a few lately, but yeah, I'll just show you how I've amended the pipe work and a few other little bits and pieces that are going on. So, start up the top here. The Venturi has been set up and in the tank. It's been in there for a few days now. The air pump is off, as you can hear, nice and quiet. The plumbing has changed. The pipe over the back is the 32mm or 1.25 inch. It's running just as an emergency overflow, and all the water is now travelling to the grow beds and radial flow filter through this 40mm or 1.25 inch slow solid lifting outlet, and is doing a great job. The fish are all happy, and there's just a little bit of a spray bar attachment I put on the end of the Venturi line. I was having issues with the water backing up in here due to some sort of airlock in this line coming out of the fish tank, but it all seems to be sorted now. I didn't really do anything and it's fixed itself, so it ain't broke. Not going to try and fix it at this point in time. I still have one little bit of work to do here though. What I want to do is, hello Chook, what I want to do here is take this off and turn it into just a straight 45-degree angle, and have a 45-degree angle going into the radial flow filter. That pretty much all means that we're taking out 90 degrees. The water has to travel from here down to the bottom. So instead of the 180 with the 290s, it'll just be 90 with the 245s, if that makes sense. Have that running into the radial flow. Just show you over the back. The emergency overflow, that's the old line that used to run to the grow beds. It now comes down the back here and into the sump tank, just for when the water backs up. Making a bit of a mess down there, girls. And water now comes out of the radial flow filter and directly out to the beds, and it's working a treat at the moment. We're getting a nice flow rate down through there. The flow rate's actually increased dramatically, which is pretty obvious. My Manky tomatoes hit by the fruit fly. Posted a bit of a clip on them the other day. Should probably pull them off now and give them to the girls actually. There you go, girls. Have a tomato or two. They love them. So back to the pipe work. The pipe work's running great, can't complain. I'll show you how it runs on the other side in a minute. Just on these beds here, the garlic. It's really weird what's happened with the garlic here at the moment. This stuff here is fine, and this one here is bolted. What this basically is, this massive little shoots, is all the individual cloves down in the bulb have decided to germinate or will sprout. So they've all sent up sprouts thinking they've been through a cool snap and now a warm snap again. We've just had a really weird end of winter, start of spring this year, so we've had summer temps for the last week. So very interesting to see how it's going to turn out. We'll probably try garlic again next year. Just don't know how much we'll plan out though after the troubles we've had this year. The parsley's gone to seed, but that's alright, still enjoying it. Nothing wrong with eating a bit of bolted parsley. Down in here we've still got a rat trap down in there just in case anyone decides to visit again. This celery's just been continually harvested as we need it, a couple of sticks here and there. I did pull one out earlier, it was starting to rot off at the base a bit, so I thought it best to get him out before he just turns to mush within the bed. Over here, the pepino. Pepino had a massive haircut after all the fruit came off, very tasty indeed. It was just getting a little bit too out of control. It was taking over this whole area here, starting to drop leaves in the aquaponic into the sump tank. The leaves were coming down into there. This little cherry eggplant is going great guns, really impressed with this. I'll show you what they're supposed to look like. That's pretty much well a mature fruit, I think, and it's got a nice little purple hue on the top of it, or violet hue, so really liking the look of these fruit, and hopefully we'll have enough to harvest this weekend and pop in a curry. Around here, the lavender's started to send off some new growth as well. It really needs a bit of a cutback. And over here we're starting to see the warrigal greens invade all through the bed. Some more coming up through the centre of the lavender. So, and it's booming on this side over here. We've been picking this non-stop, and it's like the kangkong, it's growing like a bit of a weed in here. The beetroot, we really need to pick those two beetroots there. That one over the back there is getting a little bit large and deformed, but they're going great. Jalapenos, first jalapenos, no fruit fly strike on these guys yet, so mighty chuffed. The sorrel really doesn't like growing in the aquaponics for some reason. It always looks a bit wilty, so not too sure what's going on there. The Kiras get a bit wilty too and have to sit down every now and then. The kangkong, it's just gone crazy. I went to give this a bit of a tug the other day just to try and lift it up, and the clay media moves about from there to the other side of this pipe. That's how far the roots have invaded into here. Probably not a good idea to have this in here. Actually, net pot in a tube would probably be better, so you could pull it out and trim the roots every now and then. It's just gone absolutely crazy. We've been harvesting this pretty much all every night, much to Kira's disgust for salads. Over here, everything's going great guns. Yeah, pineapple sage is flowering. So just to trace the water around, it follows the same path, except this tap is now on the back side of the bend, so to speak. And I'm also using twin 45s to make the curves a little bit easier on the water. Over here, down here, another twin 45 in there, and then just straight into the grow beds there and there. And the water flow's increased dramatically since running it all through the radial flow filter, so I'm really pleased with that. There you go, that's pretty much all a little bit of an update. Probably running a bit longer than what I wanted, but I just wanted to show you that the pipe work's done. The beds haven't been rearranged yet. Actually, I'll show you why. When I was lifting this up and moving it around the other day, I noticed that the media is extremely messy here. There is that much dead organic matter in there. A lot of that would be roots from previous plants and bits and pieces. These beds are just totally gunking up. So I'm really keen on still expanding the aquaponics out this way, even though we've got a nice little table area here now. I'd really like to move it out this way so we have a little bit more room around the front to do other bits and pieces. I'm starting to think we might be better off adding a large 100 litre biofilter to help convert the ammonia through to nitrate, and then running either a floating raft or some NFT style, just the little cup units along here, because this media, if it's just going to keep clogging up and getting disgustingly dirty like that, I think I might be better off just, yeah, upping the filters and putting a new one in and doing away with a couple of media beds. I'd probably end up keeping 2 grow beds, 2 media beds, and just to put the rest into pipes with little net cups, I think. I think that's probably the best way to go. But yeah, I think the biofilter's the key to that, just to give us some more media for the bacteria to adhere to. So there's my little bit of a rabbit on about the aquaponics. So there you go, there's a bit of a look at the aquaponics and where I'm up to at the moment. So not a lot's happened, other than the changing the pipe sizes, just going up a size, and also adding the Venturi. I must say it is nice to hear the sucking of the Venturi versus the hum of the old pump that was in here. We could hear that up the house, so it is a bit of a nice change. With the changing of the bed, still hasn't happened yet, obviously, as I've just mentioned. So yeah, I really think the way to go is to add that biofilter and get the bacteria into there to do a bit of the work for us, and then just change over to the net cups, I think. Don't really think I'll go to the floating rafts, but yeah, we'll just see what happens. Also too, with the Venturi, I'm working on a clip upstairs at the moment on the Venturi, so hopefully I might get that posted before this clip. We'll just see what happens, otherwise it'll be a couple of days after this clip. So there you go, that's pretty much all it. If you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, as always, pop them in the comments section below and we'll get back to you. Other than that, I hope you have a great one and take it easy. Catch ya!